Hello, this is Brennan Sherman with Raceway Episode 4. Tomorrow is the Daytona 500, and it got me thinking about how the NASCAR teams and engineers will do whatever it takes just to get a small advantage. That's what this show is about, trying to get just a small advantage on the weights of the parts that you use and to be able to make a good, informed decision on the parts that you choose to use on your race car. Today we're going to talk about brake calipers, and we're going to focus on the metric brake caliper, which is commonly used on 70s and 80s GM vehicles. We're going to go over the Wilwood aluminum, Wilwood steel, AFCO steel, and a Speedway Motors steel. I don't have a stock steel caliper, but the AFCO steel caliper probably is the closest to a stock one. The Wilwood aluminums are by far the lightest, but they're also the most expensive. It's available with a 2-inch piston. It's also available with a 2.5-inch piston. The 2-inch aluminum is commonly used on the right front on a dirt car. I would also suspect it's probably used on the rear on asphalt cars where they're legal. The Wilwood steel and aluminum calipers are reversible, and the aluminum one comes with a NPT fitting right in the middle, and they have some nice bleeders. The 2.5-inch piston is almost an ounce heavier than the 2-inch. Next, we're going to weigh the steel Wilwood. Like I said, they're reversible. This is the 2-inch. They've shrunk the casting down, and it is fairly light for being steel. This is the 2.5. This one is IMCA legal. It's more based on stock, and this is the oversized 2 3/4 piston. The 2-inch is the next lightest caliper. Then the 2 3/4. Then the 2.5. Next, we have the AFCO steel caliper. It is a 2 3/8 piston. It's not symmetrical, so you have to run lefts and rights. And it is fairly heavy compared to the Wilwood calipers. Last, we're going to weigh the Speedway Motors caliper. It is the heaviest, but it is also the cheapest one that you can buy that has a new cast metal housing. They all have new metal. They're not remanufactured like what you would be able to buy from a car parts store. One consideration on this caliper is it does use a 7/16-20 for the brake line fitting. The stock calipers and the Wilwood and AFCO calipers use the 10mm-1.5. This is a case of parts where you can save a lot of weight because there's 4 of them on every car. So with the aluminum calipers, you're looking at saving about 15 pounds, but you're going to have to spend $400 more than you would if you bought the $58.99 calipers from Speedway Motors. On the steel calipers, you can still save quite a bit of weight. You're going to be able to save about 11.5 pounds, and it's only about $150 more. When we build cars, we normally put the Wilwood steel calipers on because they're a brand new racing caliper. They're made with good parts. We have a good relationship with Wilwood, and the price is not too bad for what you're getting. Those are just a few of the considerations to make on brake calipers. I hope that this video has been helpful for you and informative, and will help you make a decision when you're building your next car or when you are upgrading. I do stock all of the Wilwood calipers, and I do have a good selection of the Speedway Motors calipers that I'd be willing to sell at a discount, and you know why.